We strive to bring rising stars and their fantastic work into the spotlight. From music to art, we have the tools and the talent you need to help you reach the next level. AMP2 Media is proud to announce our new scoring platform for reality shows, movies, and videos. We have the ability to highlight music according to what the eye sees on the screen. Security is offered through Avantax Advisory Services, member FINRA and SIPC. Insurance services offered through Avantax Advisory Services. Insurance services offered through an Avantax affiliated agency.
Ready, set, go beyond. I'm Jordana Foster. As a motivational speaker, trainer, and mindset coach, I understand the importance of positive energy and inspiring others to become the best version of themselves. With an emphasis on personal and professional growth and development, I help individuals, entrepreneurs, and organizations to succeed by addressing their limiting mindsets. Learn how to go beyond your limiting beliefs and maximize your individual strengths to unlock your true potential to thrive. Are you ready to go beyond, to live your best life now? Contact me, ReadySetGoBeyond.com or 305-753-6758. It's Tuesday night. You know what that means. It's the Go Beyond show night, and I'm your host, Jordana Foster. So happy to have you here with us. You know, as you may know, at the beginning of last year, I decided that I would highlight one key word for every show. And that would be the spotlight. That's what we would pour into with my guests and contributors and sponsors. And do you know what the word of the day is? Any ideas? It's very appropriate. The word of the day is trust. Trust. Okay. Now, we're going to unpack that with my wonderful guest tonight. But a little bit about me as a motivational speaker and a business coach and leadership and communication trainer. I am extremely passionate about helping business owners and business professionals and organizations to get out of their own way, to get unstuck, and to get very clear on what it is that's holding them back from achieving the goals that they have for their life, their business, and their career. From virtual and in-person mindset shift workshops and communication and leadership trainings and corporate training programs designed for business professionals, for managers that are really looking to up-level their communication skills, their mindset, and get optimal results to improve their performance. Okay? How many of us want to improve our results and our performance? I know everybody does, especially now. Now more than ever, having a thinking partner, an accountability partner, a business coach to help guide you through these ever-changing times, this new ever-changing business landscape that is unrecognizable. It is so important to help you think not only creatively, but strategically. It is not a luxury anymore to have a business coach and a mindset coach and a mentor to help you. It's an absolute necessity and a game changer. So if you're ready, and I mean really ready, to take you and your business and your team to the next level and go beyond limitations and excuses and expectations, contact me for a 45-minute complimentary lunch and learn or a complimentary 45-minute discovery session at ReadySetGoBeyond@gmail.com. Like and message me on Facebook at ReadySetGoBeyond or contact me on my website, johnmaxwellgroup.com/Jordana Foster. Because if you want to grow your business, if you want to advance in your career, you need to grow yourself first. It starts from within. It's time for you to step up, show up, and never give up. It's time for you to go beyond. So I'm so excited to welcome my incredible guest. Where are you? There you are. My incredible guest and contributor, Matthew Bodkin, who's the president and CEO of Building Financial Solutions, which is a private wealth management firm that I highly recommend. Welcome, Matt. Wonderful to see you.
Hi. Hey, Jordana.
Great to see you. I'm so excited for us to get started with this. You know, Matt, I'm so happy to have you here tonight and to have your, your expertise and knowledge and your insights on so many different topics and things regarding finance. But it's so important that, and very appropriate, that the word of the day is trust. And we've talked about this and unpacked this a lot, so I'm really excited for you to share this with the audience. Trust is so crucial. We know a crucial piece of all of our relationships, both personally and professionally. And it's the focus of our conversation, you and I, tonight. So, Matt, let's jump in. I want to ask you, why is trust so important?
Trust goes to the core of who we are. It goes to the relationships that we develop. It goes to us as human beings, and it's such a critical component of the type of people that we want to surround ourselves with. And to be trusted is to be coveted by your friends and your family. And it's important to be known, liked, and trusted as well.
Absolutely. We not only want to surround ourselves with people that are trustworthy and that we can trust, but we also want to be those trusted partners, in life, in business, for our clients, for all of our contacts. So, during our talks, our many wonderful talks, you've mentioned, and I might be jumping ahead, so you can pull me back. You've mentioned that you found a way to show how trust is created, and you actually have, even probably before that, you have a wonderful story that I think you wanted to share with the audience. Can you talk about that? Because I want you to really uncover the layers of trust. I think it's a word that we just talk about all the time, but you really hit this on the head here.
Oh, sure. So, we believe that we should be trusted professionals. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you've heard this, Rodon, I'm sure you have. People tell us that we should be known, liked, and trusted. And we know what being known is, right? People recognize us, or they know who we are. We know what being liked is. We have thumbs up on Facebook, or people appreciate us and they like us. We know if we like something or we don't like something, food or otherwise, people. But trust, we're never taught how trust is created, what it is. It's one of those things that most people can sense that they trust someone or they don't trust someone. Mm-hmm. But it turns out there's actually a formula, a scientific formula as to how trust is created. And so before I get to that, right. I actually want to share a thought about what is the most trusted profession. Do you have any idea?
That's a great question. So I have two that come to the top of my mind. One, possibly teachers or doctors.
So teachers sometimes comes up, but the problem with teachers is there are things that teachers do that make the news that erode the trust within the teaching profession. So they're not the number one group. And you mentioned doctors. Doctors, I would bet, are top 5. Right. I believe that they are absolutely trusted, but they were not the number one. Nurses actually are up there, but not the number one profession. The number one, when I say it, you'll have a moment of aha.
I'm sure.
Is firefighters.
Oh my goodness! Absolutely.
Firefighters, right?
Yes.
Where you see a firefighter, the house is burning down around you. They're there to help. They're heroes. They're saving cats out of a tree. They are the most trusted of the professions.
Absolutely right. Oh, that's so interesting. That comes to mind, but then we really need to be reminded of that. They're so selfless, right? And they give of themselves, and the trust is there. So I want to ask you, going back, because I know I wanted you to share that, could you walk us through how trust is actually created? Because this is a very interesting, it's a process, isn't it?
Absolutely. Sure. So basically, we boil down trust into what we call the 3 C's. If you have the 3 C's, you can create trust amongst your colleagues, your friends, your family. But if you're missing one of these 3 C's, the trust chain is destroyed. And so, can you guess what one of the C's might be?
One of them would come to mind would be caring. If someone's caring.
If someone's caring. Well, caring is not one of the C's. I think it perhaps could be. However, we trust people that are not necessarily caring. One that comes to mind is a very pompous lawyer
Right.
that doesn't necessarily care about the people around him, or sometimes even his clients. They don't necessarily care. But we
Right.
still trust a person as long as they're good at what they do.
That's a good point.
Care to try one more?
Yes, I actually have two more, but I'll try. The next one I would guess would be character. Someone's character.
Character is not one as well, but I think an argument could be made that it would be a subset of one of the three C's, and I'll get to that in a moment.
Okay,
So
the
the
last
first one I'll
try.
give.
Oh, communication would be
You
my
want to try? No, go ahead, please. One more.
communication.
Communication, also really important in life, and actually one of the C's is very related to communication, but not quite.
Okay,
So
so tell us. We want to know.
So the first C I'll give you, and to the listeners, is credibility. Credibility. You know what that is, right? It's what are the credentials of the person?
Right.
What is their years of experience in doing something? What is, sometimes someone can say something about someone else to build their credibility. Like Jordana, if I'm talking about you to a friend and how you're an incredible business coach, and my friend should call you, and what am I doing? I am building your credibility with my friend.
Right.
So having credibility is really important, and is the first C of the chain of trust.
Very interesting. What's the second one?
The second C actually changed me quite a bit. The second C is connection. Connection. How are we connecting with the people around us, with the community? From a business perspective, how are we connecting with the public, or how are we communicating? I believe is a subset actually of connecting, right? Because how we're communicating is how we connect. But connecting is technically the C, but communication I think is pretty close to connecting.
And how did you mentioned something that I caught you saying? It's something switched in you. What changed with you with regards to the connection when you realized this?
So I didn't create this. Interestingly, it's a scientific formula, but this was not created by me. When I first heard this, it got me really thinking. When I heard about credibility being the first C, I thought to myself, well, gee, I'm a lawyer, I'm a financial planner, a certified financial planner, I'm a CPA. I have credibility in spades, and I've been doing what I do for years, handling investments and other things. It is connecting that really changed me. What was I doing to connect? To connect with my family, to connect with my friends, to connect with clients or people who don't necessarily know me yet. Because if they don't know me, then they can't trust me, right? And I personally would not use someone that I have no connection with. Like if somebody's in another state or I don't know who they are, there's no way that trust chain can be created with that person. So creating that connection, how it changed me was I started really connecting with people, talking with people, communicating with them, helping them, understanding where they are, and trying to, connect in a way that builds relationships.
And you do that so well. I think, as people get to know you, right? This is the know, like, and trust that we're talking about. And when you're breaking this down and credentials, you have so many, right? And it's just it's so impressive. But when you not only the credentials, and I want to talk about this for a minute, it's the reputation that you've established with the credentials, how you're taking care of your clients, and how when you were saying somebody could vouch for me from a credibility standpoint once they've used me, and your clients have vouched for you from a credential standpoint, but from a trust standpoint, they're putting their stamp on you and saying, look, he's been incredible for me and my family from a financial advisory standpoint, and his knowledge and expertise and his heart. So you taking the time to be able to break these key components of trust into, little bite-sized pieces for us to really take in and understand really shows so much about you and to your core of what you do and who you are as a financial advisor. And I would think that this is such an important piece of, and we're going to go into it in the second half, of why people choose you. Building Financial Solutions, Matt Bodkin. It's that credibility. We're going to go into the third one on our in our return. But could you tell the audience, the viewers and the listeners, how they can contact you for a consultation? To understand and build that chain of trust with you, to understand how you can help them and their family with their financial needs currently and
Sure.
in the future.
Sure. We can be reached at my office is 954-771-0100. That's 954-771-0100. Or at my website, as long as they can remember my website, it's buildingfinancialsolutions with an S.com. That's buildingfinancialsolutions.com.
Fantastic. And I highly recommend getting that consultation in the books with Matt. It's the new year. We're talking about trust and credentials and connection. And Matthew Bodkin with Building Financial Solutions is your go-to for your solutions, for your financial freedom and your future for your family. So, Matt, don't go anywhere. We're going to cut to a break. And we're going to come right back and we're going to continue this wonderful conversation with Matthew Bodkin from Building Financial Solutions. We're really talking all about the importance of trust and that chain of really building those relationships. Matt, thank you so much. We'll see you back here in just 1 minute.
Thanks.
Does your pool have a leak? Pool leaks can be extremely costly, mostly because many homeowners don't realize the difference between normal evaporation and a leak. With over 20 years of expertise, LeakWorks provides premier leak detection, repair and pool equipment for pools, spas, and fountains. We've performed thousands of leak detections and repairs for both residential and commercial swimming pools throughout South Florida. We provide comprehensive leak detection using the latest state-of-the-art ultrasonic equipment to dive pools. We specialize in leak detection and repairs, skimmers, pumps, filters, main drains, heaters, lights, saltwater systems, and so many more. Call us at 954-629-3654 or email us at leakworksflorida@gmail.com to set up an appointment. Honest, reliable, dependable, licensed, and insured. LeakWorks. When it comes to pools, we have the tools and expertise to get the job done right.
Conceal Software creates technology to help small and medium-sized businesses save time and money. Conceal Software sets up the IT infrastructure, which includes your computer, telephone, cloud system, network, email, and security. Conceal Software can help you with business automation by developing software, providing accounting software with Sage Intacct, setting up online sales and e-commerce, and customizing apps. Call Conceal Software at 954-874-9093 or conceal.com. Conceal Software, IT to help you work smarter.
At Building Financial Solutions, we understand that finances, inheritances, and retirement can be stressful, overwhelming, and complicated, and we simplify it together. We guide you through the process of preparing for today and tomorrow. We specialize in investments, inheritances, rollovers, annuities, estate planning, and insurance. Contact us for a complimentary consultation at 954-771-0100 or at our website, www.buildingfinancialsolutions.com. Building Financial Solutions, simplifying finance. Securities offered through Avantex Advisory Services, member FINRA and SIPC. Insurance services offered through Avantex Advisory Services. Insurance services offered through an Avantex affiliated agency.
You've been been listening to Go Beyond. If you want to be part of the show as a guest, highlighting your business, or you would like more information about the content of the show, email me at readysetgobeyond@gmail.com or share your thoughts and call me at 888-565-1470. Welcome back to the Go Beyond Show. I'm your host, Jordana Foster, and I have my wonderful guest, Matthew Bodkin, President and CEO of Building Financial Solutions, which is a private wealth management firm. I'd like to thank my contributors. So first, LeakWorks, which is your expert in pool leak detection and pool repair. Every type of pool repair imaginable, 25 years in the business, licensed and insured. Contact leakworks.com for all of your leak repair needs and pool repair needs. We also have Conceal Software, which is IT services, software and development, and business automation. IT to help you work smarter and not harder. And boy, don't we need to work smarter and not harder. And of course, Building Financial Solutions, a private wealth management firm that helps you simplify finance. And we all, finance can be so complicated, and we really need to simplify that. And that's why having Matthew Bodkin from Building Financial Solutions is just what you and your family need to help you simplify that. So we're back, Matt. So happy to have you back. And we are continuing a great conversation all about the importance of trust. And really, what is trust when it comes to our relationships? So, Matt, you uncovered and shared with us the first two C's, right? And now, can you share with us the third C?
Absolutely. So the first two C's, being credibility and connection, actually can create business and create a beginning of a relationship. But if the third C is missing, the chain of trust is still broken. And that is consistency.
Oh.
Consistency. We need to treat people equally, well, always do a good job, and always be there for people on an equal basis. You don't want to be treating people differently than others, or doing a good job most of the time, 98, 99% of the time, and doing a bad job. Because you know what happens when somebody does not do the job? That one time, you get bad reviews,
right,
or the grapevine happens. You don't usually know. You don't have the feedback. But it will hurt your reputation, and it will hurt your chain of trust, not just with that person, but they'll start telling their friends. And they'll start posting, and you may never know or find out that person feels this way, but it hurts the trust with a person and or professional.
Oh, that is so absolutely true. So important that you shared that. And is being consistent as important as the credibility and the connection? I mean, I know we need all three. Where does that come into play? I mean,
I think they're all equally important. Without one, you're missing the chain of trust. I wouldn't work with somebody slimy or not credible. I wouldn't work with somebody I don't know or haven't connected with. And if somebody isn't consistently doing a good job and consistently does what they're supposed to do to build the relationships, we're missing something as well. And so they all are needed.
Right. And, you talked about the trust, the chain of trust. How can that trust be destroyed or questioned? You have some great stories, and I know I would like for you to share as far as, from a consistency standpoint, how we should become more aware of that. And
sure.
You have some
I'll
great
give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you an example. One example that comes to mind is a tax preparer that does tax returns. If they do a great job 99% of the time, and on that 100th return, the person does a terrible job. The person gets audited, or they don't do the right job for the person, or they miss things. That person not only is going to lose the client for the following year, but they're going to tell their friends how terrible this guy was. They'll post bad reviews. It's going to start spreading through the community pretty toxically. And so by not being consistent, it destroys the chain of trust amongst not just that person, but with the community as well.
Right. And that plays in with the reputation. I know you and I had an aha moment the other day. Reputation, when you think of reputation, which of those C's plays a role in the reputation piece? Because again, that is reliant on trust, our reputation.
Sure. So when you think of trust, you think of reputation. But interestingly, my feeling is the first and third prong go to the heart of trust. Credibility and consistently go to the heart of trust, right? To the reputation. So somebody might have a good reputation because they have all the credentials in the world.
Right.
That person may have many years of experience. Or you won't use somebody slimy that is incredible. They have a bad reputation. On the flip side, consistency. If somebody does a bad job every so often, once in a while, that destroys their reputation as well. But connection, I don't feel connection. It's just a snapshot in time where somebody connects in some way. You don't affect the reputation of that person as much as the first and third.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. And as we're getting ready to wrap up, I can't believe it. Trust is such a key component with the 3 C's that you're talking about when it comes to our relationships, but especially when choosing a financial advisor like yourself. Could you, just briefly talk about why that's so important with regards to selecting and having someone choose somebody that they feel that there's a trust component and how important that is in that relationship?
Well, when you're dealing with finances, you're dealing with one of the most sensitive things in a person's life. I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, I never talked to my parents about finances. So if you're not talking to your family about finances, it's very sensitive. And so you want to find someone who you can really trust and work with together through different issues or different things that with a knowledgeable, credible, somebody you connect with well, and somebody that you know is going to do a good job and treat you well.
And that person is Matthew Bodkin with buildingfinancialsolutions.com. We're getting ready. I'm going to give the quote, but Matt, tell them how they can contact you really quick for a complimentary consultation.
So you're welcome to give me a call. It's 954-771-0100. Love to hear from you. That's 954-771-0100, or my website. The name of my business is buildingfinancialsolutions.com. It's creative. It's buildingfinancialsolutions with an S.com.
Matt, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for sharing your insights, your knowledge, your expertise. It's quote time. A healthy relationship is built on unwavering trust. Bo Murchoff. Matthew Bodkin with Building Financial Solutions. Thank you again so much. Contact Matt for that consultation for your financial future. I am Jordana Foster with the Go Beyond Show. It's an absolute pleasure. Make sure that you establish and create the trust with your relationships, with all of the relationships personally and professionally, and reach out to Matt Bodkin at Building Financial Solutions for the trust that you're looking for. I'm Jordana Foster, Go Beyond Show. Matt, thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening and really focus on that trust.
Thank you. Thanks, Jordana.
Thank you for watching Go Beyond. Tune in next week as we continue to explore effective ways to help you go beyond your limiting beliefs to unlock your true potential to thrive personally and professionally. Learn how to take you and your business to the next level. Contact me at readysetgobeyond@gmail.com. Like and share my video, because sharing is caring. Contact me at 305-753-6758 or go to my website at readysetgobeyond.com.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Securities offered through Aventex Investment Services, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Aventex Advisory Services. Insurance service.
This is the